This was last night.
The police was there. The police was there, didn't do anything. Afterwards, they arrested the attacker and released him after a while. That's Israel. And that's fascism. Because as an expert of fascism, Professor Zev Sternal, one of the greatest scholars of fascism, said a few years ago, fascism doesn't begin when people begin to shoot. It begins when the state apparatus and or societies, institutions, treat differently and discriminate against leftists as opposed to rightists. This is exactly where we are. And the world must be aware of that. Because, and I want to use this platform with your permission to say, we are in the midst of a cold civil war. It's just a matter of time because it turns into a full-fledged, hot, as it were, civil war. Because there are militias armed by the so-called Minister of National Security, Ben Gvir, who, by the way, is a supporter of the mass murderer Baruch Goldstein, who butchered 30 years ago 29 Palestinians while they were praying in a mosque in Hebron. He is the minister now. He is responsible for the fact that many of his allies are armed, walking down the streets in Israel with arms, not small, guns, but M16 and things like that. And they are just waiting to get the order to begin and shoot us. And not to speak about the police, which has turned mostly to a private militia of the same Ben Gvirs. So we are very, very close to a bloody civil war. And I want the world to know about it. It is preventable, but unfortunately, most of the governments and leaders in the world don't care. President Biden and the leaders of the EU and others continuously support the government of Israel. Supporting the government of Israel is not supporting the Israelis. It is against the Israelis, because the main enemy of the Israelis, Jews and Palestinians alike, is not Iran, with all the resentment that I have. It's not Hamas and Hezbollah, with all the resentment and even a grudge that I have at them. It is the government of Israel. It's the main enemy of the Israeli people.